Alright, so you're probably wondering why we're why we're here and not at the Fire's tournament. Well, that's because, from what you guys have been telling me on in the comments section and on my server, apparently there was like a branching point where one would be able to get like a ending for Suzuha in this case. And apparently I chose the route where we would go forward without reaching that particular end. So I guess this is a case where we're going through a common route, but throughout it there's going to be like branching points towards the ending, and then we would have to go back to the common route. And apparently to a lot of you, it was surprising that I actually managed to go through like the common route without reaching the end, whereas the ending would be like the thing that a lot of you would reach first. So apparently I skipped it because I chose to send the demo. So let's see if I can actually do this like right now. Last mail, unless, is this it? That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha... Okay. I mean, I think this is the thing, right? This is the only choice I have. Shh. And if I just do not send it, I do not open the phone, because last time I opened the phone, spur of the moment, because I was thinking I had to do it myself, I guess. But now, save my ear, this is my purpose. I'll do whatever it takes. Just one more sacrifice. Erase the time you spent with Suzuha. Destroy whatever bond you had. Push the button! Send the mail! Isn't this what Suzuha wants? You'll be saving her from 25 years of loneliness. From ending her life in utter despair. With that being said though, is this really like a Suzuha ending or a bad ending? Because I get the feeling that's... Save Suzuha, save my Yuri. This is the right thing to do. This is right. But is it really? Is erasing those memories really the right thing to do? Isn't that just running away from reality? Shouldn't I try the time leaping first? Maybe there's another way. What should I do? What's the right choice? Stop. You're starting to doubt. Never doubt. I don't know the answer, but I need to reach a conclusion, or else I can't. I can't do it. I can't send this email. Acting on impulse, I donned the headgear and punched in a 48-hour time leap. Okay. I ignore her and bite down hard on my lip. As the taste of blood fills my mouth, I press the button. The world twists. My legs shake. I cover my eyes and wait for my senses to return to normal. 1,000 emotions stampede through my skull, then fade away. I stare vacantly at Kurisu, who is standing in front of me. At first, I can't hear her over the buzzing in my ears, but little by little, her voice becomes clear. Okay.
ほら、ふらついてるじゃない。まだ2日目なのに、そんなに疲れててどうすんのよ。
Kurisu thrusts her finger at me like an angry schoolteacher.
ピンバッジはきっと見つかる。まだ時間はあるんだから、そんなに焦らないで。それより、あんたにぶっ倒れられたら、私はともかく、まゆりが心配するでしょ。少しは自分の体もいたわりなさい。
The time leap worked.
はあ、分かってる。
Okay, well, what is your plan now, Rintaro? I nod to Kurisu, then collapse onto the sofa. I couldn't sacrifice either of them. In a sense, I am running away. But there was no other choice. No other way to save Suzuha and Mayuri both. In 2 days, Mayuri will die, and Suzuha will be lost to the past. If these 2 days are all we have left, then all I can do is repeat them. Oh fuck, this is a bad ending. We're gonna be... Rintaro is no longer moving forward, and we're gonna be repeating these 2 days for an eternity, aren't we? Forever. Let these 2 days be the rest of my life. Oh. The wind caresses my cheek. I push down on the pedals and begin to ascend up Harumi Bridge. Okay. Okay. A bit grim that we're gonna have to repeat this, but at least we get a cool imagery of us all working together. I told you, Rintaro, this is it. This is it. You should train your body with the bicycle. Come on. It's gonna be useless since you're gonna be repeating these 2 days, but still, this is the spirit. The spokes revolve rhythmically, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. Feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child.
気持ちいいね。
なんで僕がこんなことに付き合わなきゃいけないんだ。
同感だわ。っていうか、風強すぎ。ダル君はね、メタボだからもっと運動しておくべきだと思うよ。
Yeah, man, come on. You're gonna get quite busy in the future, so you gotta get off some of that chub.
デブオタ上等。
Anything but that. Leaning away at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike.
いい景色だな。
From here, you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Occupying the jumbled sprawl of central Tokyo are 2 hours right behind us. Here on this artificial island, there are only skyscrapers and vacant lots, one extreme or the other. One time, I took the bus back to Akiba after Komima, so I already knew how close it was, but I never thought I'd come here by bike. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rental cycles. I wanted to change a pace from the search for the unfindable pin, so I proposed a cycling expedition. Of course, I already know who the pin belongs to, and who Suzuha's father is. But that's a story for a different day, folks. But I have chosen not to tell anyone. If at all possible, I want to spend these 2 days in peace, and delay Suzuha's time travel. That is my goal now.
出発するまではさ、ただの時間の無駄遣いと思ってたけど、たまにはこういう時間も必要な生き物なんだね、人間って。
I guess that is true. Without Rintaro telling them, nobody else knows about the disaster that is happening on the 13th. So technically speaking, they could delay fixing the Suzuha's time machine, so I guess. So instead of repairing it, they're just spending their time with each other.
私はタイムリープマシンを作ってる方が楽しい。
引きこもりが最強だと今日証明されました。
二人ともグダグダだね。だらしないな。そんなんじゃ生き残れないよ。
How is it possible that, I see Mayuri as a very frail person herself, in my eyes, that is. So I guess I'm a bit surprised that she's okay with this too, but at the same time, one day I'm gonna see Mayuri become a cosmic entity of infinite spiritual power, no doubt, so I shouldn't be surprised about this sort of stuff. Like, Mayuri, you're gonna end up like some cosmic entity that is gonna talk to Rintaro about the like identity crises and to move forward towards the future and I don't know, just become one with the core of the universe or something like that, aren't you? I mean, why else did we have that weird dream where Rintaro would be in a post-apocalyptic like wasteland of Earth, and then you hear Mayuri's angelic voice like in the distance or something like that. Jesus. Kurisu and Daru are exhausted, while Suzuo and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariakey, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy.
水は自動販売機はまだ今ならコップ一杯分の水のために人殺しもできそうだお。
残念ながらこの橋を含めてあと2つ橋を渡らないとコンビニはない。そこまで辛抱しろ。
Oh my god, you know, this just occurred to me that I've been talking about these kids like doing bicycle exercises and all that, but I haven't rode my bike in quite a while. I walk every single day. I mean, trust me, I have a record since February that every single day I walked outside, but not bicycle as much, apparently.
マジで無理。もう無理。
オカリン、詳しいんだね。この辺来たことあるの？
ああ、何度もな。
Yeah. Yeah. We know the place very well by this point. How long have I been living in this closed loop of time? It's already getting hard to keep track of the days, so instead I think in 2-day cycles. Go figure that this particular ending right over here is basically like a closed loop that we are creating. And it is centered around this particular girl right over here whose voice actress voices a different girl that deals with closed rooms. Closed rooms? I mean that too, I guess. But also closed loops for like years and years, but I digress. This should be the 4th cycle. Only the 4th. And this time only I know that Mayuri is fated to die. By keeping that secret, I allow us to spend these days like normal kids our age would. This cycling expedition is part of that. Suzuo and Mayuri enjoy the ride, so I make sure we do it each time I repeat the loop. Actually, you know what? Instead of being like a band ending, like I want to think that this is just an extended like episode with an ending to it, where we do cycle through these 2 days, but Rintaro is gonna end up at some point being like, okay, you know what, maybe this isn't healthy, and I think that we spent enough time with Suzuo, so let's go back to the common route. And technically, I don't have to go back to the menu and then load like a different save. Maybe we're gonna be able to continue through this. Maybe. Our current destination. Because technically, we can just use the time leap machine and then just let the Suzuo and Daru fix the time machine and then continue on just like we did before. It doesn't have to end with us going to the main menu. Our current destination is Tokyo Big Sight, the massive convention center in Ariakey. In a few days, we'll be home to Komima, the world's largest doujinshi marketplace event.
ここまで来ればビッグサイトはすぐだ。あと10分もしないうちに着くだろう。
その前に休憩を。
Daru has used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I turn and pull up next to Daru's bike.
そのままの格好でいると危ないぞ。体を起こせ。
ちょっと休ませてよ。
危ないんだと言っているだろう。
I sigh and pull Daru up by the arm.
わかったから。
Daru stands up. A second later, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Daru accidentally, like, fell off and died. That was one of the cycles that Rintaro went through. So now he's trying to warn Daru not to not to do that. I won't be surprised. A huge truck speeds past. The gust of wind left in its wake nearly bowls us over. The bridge sways beneath our feet. It probably wouldn't have hit him anyway, but still, best to be careful.
オカリンのおかげで助かった。
なんかね、今のオカリン、未来が見えてたみたいだったね。
D メールでも使ったんでしょ。
Mayuri's innocent smile. Curtis' cynical grin. To them, it is a joke, but they are not mistaken. The only thing they got wrong was that I didn't send an email. I time looped. Suzuha's eyes meet mine. She was laughing just a moment ago, but now she looks confused, uncertain. I avert my eyes.
聖地よ、私は帰ってきた。
Daro, his vigor restored, faces Big Sight with his arms spread wide.
人がいない時に来るのって初めてだよ。
こんなに広かったのね。なのにコミマ中は人で埋め尽くされるとかありえない。
In the emptiness, it is easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. At Komima, when you're wading through a sea of people, it's just another big building. Man. To think that we were only like a couple of days, like, too early for Komima because of this whole disaster. Now we have to wait like an eternity until we finally get to see it in action. Jesus.
ねえねえ、マユシーはお腹空いちゃった。
近くにファミレスあるべ。そこで一休みしようよ。
帰りも同じ距離を走らないといけないのよね。それを考えたら鬱だ。
The three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Suzuha is still gazing at Big Sight.
鈴葉、どうした？
I ask the question, though I already know how she'll answer. She is excited to see Big Sight in real life.
ビッグサイト、生で見られて感
Suzuha's eyes are shining.
動。2036年にはさ、ビッグサイトってなくなっちゃってるんだよね。より大規模な埋め立て計画の一環で、もっと大きなイベント会場がゴロゴロしてる。ドームだってあの辺に移転してきてるし。
Suzuha points to the middle of Tokyo Bay.
でもさ、さっき橋田至が言ってたけど、ここって聖地扱いされてるんだよね。
I'm sure he has his unique interpretation of why it's called Holy Land.
コミマっていうすごいイベントがあるんでしょ。私の母さんもそのイベントに参加してて、そこで父さんと会ったんだって話してくれたよ。
なるほど。お前の母親は不女子だった可能性があるな。
Where he met his wife? Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see. So this is where she met Daro, because we know that Daro is her father, and all. So like it makes me question, because I don't remember the circumstances of how Faris started interacted with Daro. Because if it's not here, then sorry, Daro. But in that case, would it be somebody? He would be somebody new. I guess he would be somebody new.
だからさ、ずっと見たかったんだよね。ありがとう、岡部倫太郎。ちょっとだけ父さんに近づけた気がする。
And an important question arises: Would it be that Daro would meet? Would it be that Daro meets his future wife, like in the next days at this Komima? I know who Suzuha's father is. He is right over there, but I won't tell her. Not until the afternoon of the 13th, when the Tileby machine is complete. For now, I just want to prolong these 2 days of peace.
オーカリー、すずさん、早く早く。ほら、呼んでる。行こうよ。私もお腹空いちゃった。
Suzuha grabs my hand and we take off running. Somehow, I manage to force a smile. Alright, today it was fun. Tomorrow will be fun. Every day will be fun. Forever. The wind caresses my cheek. I push down on the pedals and begin to ascend up Harumi Bridge. The spokes revolve slowly, reflecting the sunlight. Okay. We are redoing the same dialogue, okay. Alright, guys. Prepare yourselves for endless hate. Sweat oozes out of every pore. Well, it's not unpleasant. Except this time, Rintaro knows of each. Imagine if... Oh my god. Imagine if, with time... We are not aware of it yet, but the time leap machine would eventually corrupt more and more. It would break more and more. Even though it... Nah, technically, it wouldn't make sense for it to break more and more at the time, because we are only using like a freshly made time leap machine. I mean, unless Rintaro himself would degrade his mind with using the time leap machine, and thus it wouldn't be compatible anymore to gain the memories back. Well, not gain, but send the memories back. His memories will become too degraded, I guess, to a point where his memories will come to his past self less and less. That will be quite unpleasant. In which case, well, at that point he wouldn't even be using the time leap machine like at all, like after a while, because he would forget about the tragedy on 13th, I guess. No, because, well, okay, I'm repeating myself right over here, so let's continue. It feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child. With that being said, though, let me see about something right over here. What was it? Help. Cause, okay, so control is for skip though. What about pressing E for skip? Nah, it's still considered like it's the same dialogue, but it's still considered like new dialogue. So.
なんで僕がこんなことに付き合わなきゃいけないんだ。
同感だわ。っていうか、風強すぎ。
ダル君はね、メタボだからもっと運動しておくべきだと思うよ。
Yeah, come on. Exercise your chop chop.
デブオタ上等。
Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike.
いい景色だな。
From here, you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rental cycles. Okay.
出発するまではさ、ただの時間の無駄遣いと思ってたけど、たまにはこういう時間も必要な生き物なんだね、人間って。
私はタイムリープマシンを作ってる方が楽しい。
引きこもりが最強だと今日証明されました。
二人ともグダグダだね。だらしないな。そんなんじゃ生き残れないよ。
水は自動販売機はまだ。今ならコップ一杯分の水のために人殺しもできそうだお。
残念ながらこの橋を含めてあと2つ橋を渡らないとコンビニはない。そこまで辛抱しろ。
マジで無理、もう無理。
おかり、 詳しいんだね。この辺来たことあるの？
ああ、何度もな。
What cycle is this? My 10th? Must be more than that by now. I'm still repeating the same 2 days. Marika's attack, Mayuri's death, those things will never, ever happen. Today, once again, we're off on an adventure.
ここまで来ればビッグサイトはすぐだ。あと10分もしないうちに着くだろう。
その前に休憩を。
Daru has used up the last of his strength, while still on his bike. Okay.
そのままの格好で。
I swallow my words. Thoughts too dark to be my own suddenly slip into mind. What will happen if I don't pull Daru back? Will the truck catch on Daru's fat? Will it send him flying like a ragdoll? Will it take off his head? Will blood spray from the stump like a crimson fountain? You know what? That's a good point, Rintaro. You know, we are, now that I'm thinking about it myself, yeah, you know, I feel like we are flying by the seat of our own pants and we are threading the needle with each of these cycles because Daru is always going to be on that guardrail and he could fall. And you always catch him, like, and all that. But, you know, now that I'm thinking about something that I thought of before, I guess at the end of the day, Daru never died. Like in any of these recent cycles of Rintaro's, because if it did, then the time leap machine would not be completed on time, because I doubt that Kurisu, like only Kurisu would be able to create the time leap machine. I think that she needs Daru's help as well, and if Daru dies like in these cycles, then I think that's goodbye to these cycles to begin with, so Rintaro, I feel like... Don't you feel like maybe we should be done with these cycles and go back to work a little bit? I'm just saying. Will the girl scream, I wonder? Let's find out. What difference does it make if Daru dies? I could just time up again, can't I? I don't know about that. Go back to the start of the loop. And Daru will be good as new. But Rentaro, I think that you're becoming more and more what is the word? Numb. You're becoming more numb to death, aren't you? Besides, everyone needs a little spice in their life. For these 2 days, I am God. I choose who lives and who. The sound of a horn blesses my eardrums. Daru jerks back from the guardrail. A split second later, the truck howls past. Daru loses his balance and falls on his butt. Okay.
ちょっと大丈夫？
怪我はない？
Kureitsu and Suzuha get off their bicycles and help Daru up.
今のトラックひどいよ。
You know, I could make the obvious 2020s kind of joke of the anime variety, but I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing the obvious joke right over here. The truck has already crossed the intersection at the bridge. We watch it drive away. However, you guys in the comment section can do that. You can do the jokes yourselves.
ビビった。つうかなんなんあのトラック。ふざけんなよ。ナンバー見とけばよかった。そしたら通報しましたってできるのに。
事故が起きたわけじゃないし、通報しても無意味でしょ。
Also, you know, with that being said, without me not making the joke, you bet your ass that if Steins Gate would have been made like in like these years, by the time like I'm reading right now, instead of like the early 2000s, you bet your ass Daro would have made like a isekai joke there. But no, this is a wee bit earlier than the new current times of the isekai anime. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, when did Sword Art Online when did it get adapted into anime? And when did the manga start? I was fussing over Daro. I stand a few steps away, staring at my hands. I'm glad it ended up as something to laugh about. But what was I thinking just now? I began this loop so that no one would be hurt, so that Mario would live, and Suzuha would never go back in time. Yet just now, I was ready to watch Daro die. Man, think about your bros too, man. I feel like you've been spending a lot of time with the women, like recently, that you're forgetting about your big bro right over here. Some part of me wanted it to happen.
Okabe Rintaro?
I cowered in reflex upon hearing my name. Suzuha is staring at me. There are questions in her eyes. She can't have heard my Dark Foster's note, right? You know what? I'm gonna be making a prediction right over here. Like, as Rintaro is progressing through these cycles right over here, what if Suzuha herself is gonna start to realize, Rintaro is acting really, really weird. Is he aware of what is going on right over here? I wonder. Not that Suzuha would have like these... Not that Suzuha would have like a reading Steiner or anything like that, but maybe she would realize that Rintaro is holding himself back because of something that is happening that is making himself, and Suzuha would be able to encourage him more and more, and thus maybe he would break his cycle right over here. Maybe.
顔色悪いよ。
オカリン、僕よりガクブルしてるとかおかしくね？
ああ。何しろスーパーハッカーに死なれては我がラボは大打撃だからな。
I use a purposely extravagant tone to cover up my guilty thoughts and start pedaling.
休憩は終わりだ。行くぞ。
I am this world's observer. Nothing can escape my subjectivity. Everything and everyone exists as I will it. Mayuri, Kurisu, Daro, even Suzuha. Here we can live in peace and harmony. None of us need ever face death. A 48-hour eternity. I am the creator of this paradise. So I know. Tomorrow will be another wonderful day.
聖地よ、私は帰ってきた。
人がいない時に来るのって初めてだよ。
こんなに広かったのね。なのにコミマ中は人で埋め尽くされるとかありえない。
ねえねえ、マユシーはお腹空いちゃった。
近くにファミレスあるべ。そこで一休みしようよ。
帰りも同じ距離を走らないといけないのよね。それを考えたら鬱だ。
The three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Suzuha is still gazing at Big Sight. My eyes roam her body. Those tight legs, that slender body. Her clothes accentuate all her fine curves. Her breasts are surprisingly large. Something stirs in my heart. Hot and heavy, like thick lava. Okay, so what number does the cycle have? 50? 60? I get the feeling that Rintaro is going somewhere that I don't like. It whispers to me words like poison. What if I lure her into a dark corner and have my way with her? What then? Oh boy. Getting her alone would be simple enough. All I have to do is offer information on her father and she'll follow me anywhere. To make matters easier, no Amine Suzuha exists in present-day Japan. No documents proving Japanese citizenship, not even a birth certificate. It's only natural. She won't be born for another 7 years. So even if she runs to the police, nobody will believe a word she says. I imagine she'll put up a fight. She was a member of the resistance in her time. And I know she's stronger than she looks. But she's still just a girl. It may take some doing, but I'll have my way with her in the end. Ooh. Okay, this is... I think I can say that this is the darkest moment that I've witnessed in the story. And you know, oddly enough, although not surprisingly, I guess, you know, it reminds me that, yeah, this is a part of the... What was it again? Like, science adventure series? And, you know, Chaos Head is part of it. And I do remember Chaos Head being quite fucked up in some moments, so I won't be surprised if there are some horrific moments like these sprinkled here and there. And all that, so... Oh boy. Alright, well, time for me to have no choice but to observe this kind of moment that Rintaro is going to be going through. Another me. Oh, in Kyoma perhaps? Is whispering inside my head. You want a woman, don't you? It says. Of course you do. It's instinct. So what if she's Daru's daughter? So what if she's on a mission to save the future? Forget about that. I mean, ugh. You know, these kinds of like science time-traveling stories can end up creating some really fucked up situations in the sense that when you think about it, yeah, she is the daughter of your friend right over here, as we found out recently. Like, you would literally do this to the daughter of your best friend. Wow. She's just a fine woman. That's all. You're not a saint, Okabe Rintaro. What was it you call yourself again? That's right. An insane mad scientist. If you're really insane, then let's see you snap. Remember, you have the power of a god. You can... and then undo it with a timely machine. And hey, while you're at it, why not taste the same girl's virginity over and over again? Wouldn't that be something? All those virgins only freaks would kill to be you. Hell, why stop at... Think of what else you can do with a timely machine. Murder, steal, kidnap, destroy. Is that the best you can do, Okabe Rintaro? Is that really all the evil in your heart? Yeah, you know, it is at these kinds of moments where your demise is gonna come soon enough. Because it is under these circumstances that you would be stopped from using the time leap machine again. Because if you do like any of this stuff, the police are gonna come after your ass. And you are not gonna be able to use the time leap machine. In these kinds of situations, with the state of mind that you are in right now, wouldn't you have loved to have like a portable time leap machine yourself? But you do not have that. So... yeah, you're fucked here. Well, I guess we're only human after all. Think about it, Okabe Rintaro. Sure, you wanted this loop, but repeat the same 2 days forever? Sounds like torture. Aren't you tired of it already? These 2 days should be your paradise. Forget about petty laws and morals. You are a hunter. Taboos mean nothing to you. Hunt or prey and eat your fill. The voice is right. I am the observer. I am God. I can do anything. Do her. Kill her. Her. No one can judge me in this closed loop of time. Forget your rules. Trust your primal urges. Follow your instincts. I cover my ears and avert my eyes from Suzuha. My ears are ringing. Someone is trying to crush my soul, projecting thoughts not my own onto the screen of my heart.
岡部倫太郎
Suddenly, Suzawa grabs me by the shoulders and peers into my face. The warmth from her hands makes the buzzing grow louder.
やっぱ具合悪いんじゃない休む
I'm afraid to look at Suzawa with these dark feelings clogging my mind. I shake her off and flee towards Big Sight.
岡部倫太郎どこ行くの
I need to get away from Suzawa. If I don't, I might give in to the urge. Okay, well, thank God. I stare at my hands. Clench, open, clench, open. Repeat, repeat. My hands still move. Just as I expect them to. Just as I order them to. But those dark impulses, the devil's whispers, how can I explain those? What the hell was that? What's happening to me? I start to tremble. My teeth chatter. The sun's hot enough to burn my skin, but I feel cold. I'm afraid of myself. I'm still okay, aren't I? I'm in Kyoma. Okabe Rintaro. The insane mad scientist with a fetish for science and chaos. See, I still know who I am.
まだってなんだよ。
What is that supposed to mean? Will I eventually lose control of myself? Am I going to break? Like a Mobius strip, the same 2 days go round and round and round and round and round and round and round. But today, I failed to keep them the same. My feelings became twisted. Today on Harumi Bridge, I didn't just hesitate to save Tao. I nearly yielded to my dark emotions. Dark emotions. Dark impulses. Emotions seeping with venom. I listened to their poisonous, disgusting whispers. And I was almost drawn in. There was no denying it. Worse, that was but a taste of what might lurk inside my heart. If those emotions attack me again, this time crashing over me like a tsunami, will I be able to control myself? Nope, no you won't. In that sense, I think they should go back and break the cycle and continue with your work. Mayuri, Kurisu, Daru, Suzawa. Will I be able to keep myself from hurting them, no matter what? Will I be able to keep everyone safe in this loop I made for Mayuri and Suzawa's sake? Do I really have such strength? I don't know. That answer is hardly reassuring, but for now, it's the only answer I've got. This endless loop is the role they wished for. I can only protect this world. Only I can protect this world. I pray that those impulses were just a fluke, and that they'll never resurface again. I ask only that tomorrow be peaceful. Let's see.
気持ちいいね
なんで僕がこんなことに付き合わなきゃいけないんだ。
同感だわ。っていうか風強すぎ。
ダルくんはね、メタボだからもっと運動しておくべきだと思うよ。
デブオタ上等。
いい景色だな。出発するまではさ、ただの時間の無駄遣いと思ってたけど、たまにはこういう時間も必要な生き物なんだね、人間って。
私はタイムリープマシンを作ってる方が楽しい。
引きこもりが最強だと今日証明されました。
二人ともグダグダだね。だらしないな。そんなんじゃ生き残れないよ。
水は自動販売機はまだ今ならコップ一杯分の水のために人殺しもできそうだお。
やればいい。
え
No. Evan turns to look at me.
やってみろよ。人殺し。
ネタにマジレスですか？
ああ、マジだ。どうしてやらないんだ？やりたいならやればいいじゃないか。
ちょっと岡部、あんたいきなり何言い出してんのよ。
オカリン、そういうこと言っちゃダメなんだよ。
つうか、オカリンなんでキレてんの？
別に。コンビニが橋を2つ渡った先にある。そこまで文句言わずに耐えろ。
そうなん。意外と距離あるな。
Hundreds of days have passed since this began. Maybe thousands. How many cycles has it been? I've repeated this loop so many times that I've grown tired of keeping track. I can barely remember the reason I started. Days go by, like tearing pages from a calendar. Everyone says the same things. Everyone responds in the same way. I've noticed my biorhythms seem a bit off, but aside from that, every day is the same. Same. Yeah, subtle deviations occur, but it's all within acceptable limits. In the end, the result is always the same. Everything that happens is insignificant, meaningless, pointless. I'm the only one still living this loop. Everyone else is just being kept alive by me. We're just spinning our wheels in a dead world. My soul died from cycles back. I don't remember. This isn't life. Ayudi's death, Waika's raid, so there's time travel? I may have cared about those things once. Not anymore. When did I stop caring? When did I become a machine, looping and looping for all eternity? Nothing matters. When these 2 days are over, they will start again. Everything will be reset. I will reset it myself. Then I guess it's pointless to worry. Ridiculous. How many times have I repeated this loop? My senses have gone dull. It's getting harder to respond to these things I see and hear. I feel detached, like I'm isolated inside a thin membrane. And I've already gotten used to it. I don't find it inconvenient anymore. I simply adapted. I simply optimized to this far too narrow world. This far too gentle world. Why shouldn't I adapt? This is my world.
はあ、僕はサイクリングをやめるぞ。
Daro has used up the rest of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I stop my bicycle and watch him passively.
うわ
The horn blares. Daro jerks away from the rail. A split second later, the truck howls past. Daro loses his balance and falls on the spot.
あ、あっぶね
ちょっと大丈夫？
怪我はない？
Chris and Suzuha get off their bicycles and help Daro up.
今のトラックひどいよ。
はあ、ビビった。つうか、なんなんあのトラック。ふざけんなよ。ナンバー見とけばよかった。そしたら通報しましたってできるのに。
通報しろよ。
The truck's number smoothly rolls off my tongue. I've seen it so many times it's like a brand on my brain.
教えたぞ。ほら通報しろ。
I hold my phone out.
オカリン、僕になんか恨みあんの？
お前が通報したいと言うから、通報する機会を与えてやっただけだろ。
My tone is flat. I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
確かに橋田のだらけた態度は良くないけど、岡部も感じ悪すぎよ。
仕切るな、委員長キャラ。
何よ。
喧嘩は良くないよ。ダル君は無事だったんだし、めでたしめでたしだよ。ね。
I ignore Mayuri and shove my phone at Daru.
通報しないのか。
まあ今回のところはこれで勘弁してやるっつうことで。
I sigh and put away my phone. Suzuha is staring at me again. She looks like she wants to say something, but who cares what she thinks? I feel nothing. The tired Kurisu, the re-energized Daru, and the ever-energetic Mayuri repeat the same conversation I've seen hundreds of times. And then they go search for a restaurant. I turn my back to them and walk towards the ocean. But Suzuha stands in front of me, blocking my way. Her eyes bore into mine. I try to pass without saying anything, but she cuts me off. I see the sincere concern in her eyes, but it can no longer sway my heart, not even a little.
さ、あるテレビ記者が雪の街に取材に来て、そこで時間の連鎖に絡め取られちゃうって映画なかったっけ？
Ah yeah, the one with Tom Cruise. What? Although technically speaking, I guess in a realistic sense, that movie hasn't come out to like in 2010 yet.
恋はデジャビューだったかな。私にとってはすごく古い映画なんだけど。
Ah yeah, that one. Okay.
私がいた2036年ではさ、セルンの検閲があって、新しい映画はどれもこれもつまんないんだよね。だから古い映画ばっか見てた。恋はデジャビューもそのうちの一本。
知らないな。
あの映画、私は納得いってないんだよね。
I was trying to brush her off, but Suzuha keeps talking.
だって主人公が特に何かしたわけでもないのにさ、時間の無限ループは綺麗さっぱりなくなっちゃうじゃん。で、主人公は善人になってハッピーエンド。なんかいまいちな脚本だった。今の君、今の私たち、映画と同じ状況に置かれてるんじゃない？なんとか言いなよ、岡部倫太郎。君はこの世界を知ってる。そうでしょ？
Her gaze seems to pierce through everything. I find myself blinking involuntarily. Then my eyes drop to my feet.
何が言いたい？
A hoarse voice leaks from the back of my throat. It doesn't sound like my own.
私はこのビッグサイトを今初めて見た。でも私がビッグサイトを見たのはこれが初めてじゃない。
I feel my heart skip a beat. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
言葉遊びか。
私たちは前にもここに来たんでしょ？君は何度も今日という日を経験してるんでしょ？一体何度目なの？答えて。
Suddenly, Suzuha seizes my arm.
今の君さ、死んだような目をしてる。わかるんだ。その目、私がいた2036年の人たちと同じだから。岡部倫太郎、私を見て。心を殺さないで。
Slowly, feelings rise. From the depths of my heart. Like an oiled machine grinding back to life.
マキセ・クリスが完成させる予定のタイムリープマシン。それを使って君は何度もこの時間をループしてる。そうだよね。
だから
なんでこんなこと。
さあな。もうその理由もどうでもよくなってきている。
君は何から逃げてるの？
そう、確かに逃げている。逃げ込んだ。マユリを殺させないために。
それは私が1975年へ飛べば解決されることで。
いいや、お前は失敗する。そして孤独な25年を過ごした挙句、首をつって死んでいくんだよ。
何を。
だから俺はこのループに逃げ込んだ。マユリもお前も死なせないために。
That's it. That was the reason. I entered this loop resolved to save them. But my resolve has long since turned to dust.
この2日間を繰り返してさえいれば何も変わらず誰も死なない。俺はその繰り返しを受け入れた。
それは君の主観だよ。世界は君に関係なく未来へと続いていくの。君がこの2日間を何千回何万回ループさせたって椎名真由里が死ぬことに変わりはない。根本的解決にはならない。
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still only connected to you. You don't want Mayuri and Suzuha to suffer and die and all that, but it's only connected to you. Whether you... Even if you loop, they're still gonna go through the same thing.
俺は別に。
So... I am sorry to say this, Rintaro, but you're being kind of selfish with these time loops to begin with. It doesn't really benefit Mayuri whatsoever, because she's gonna die, even if you go into these time loops. You're only going into these time loops to save the image of Mayuri no longer dying, but not Mayuri herself. My lips twist into a self-deriding smile.
根本的解決をしようなんて思わない。
いつまでもこのループを続けるつもり？
そうだ。それを受け入れた。
何が受け入れたなの？自分がおかしくなり始めてることに気づいてないの？
おかしくなったとしても世界は続く。2日間のループは続く。俺がおかしくなってもループは止めない。
時間の止まった世界でこのまま生きていくことに耐えられるの？君はこの輪を永遠に終わらせることはできないんだよ。肉体的には死ぬことはない。でも岡部倫太郎、君の心は死に始めてる。
だってしょうがないだろう。俺には誰かを無慈悲に犠牲にする覚悟なんてないんだ。真由里も鈴葉も仲間だ。どちらも失うわけにはいかない。
Suzuha hangs her head with a sorrowful expression. Is the interrogation over? I try to end the conversation by walking towards the sea again. But she grabs my hand to stop me.
まだ何かあるのか？
私は首を吊って死ぬって本当？
ああ。
IBN5100 を手に入れるのを失敗するのも